everybody, welcome in. Ryan here at the King of Camo. I've got Mr. Billy, our gunsmith here.
Good morning.
This is Coffee Time, where we answer all your guys' questions from all of our different social media platforms. We have people sending questions online, over Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything. And we wanted to kind of have a little bit of a segment where we bring people on with our guest speakers and we go over questions that you guys might have that not everybody knows about. So just going into it, I've got Billy here. We're going to answer some questions. And let's see how everything goes with it, because I think a few of these might be a little insightful for some people. So, Mr. Billy, the first question we have here is from Brad. Brad says, if I live in North Carolina, can I still get a gun painted with you guys? Is that possible?
Absolutely, Brad. What you need to do is go to your local FFL gun store and do what's called a transfer. They can help you on that end, send the firearm to us. And then I guess that would be your job once we receive it. Ryan would go over the details with whatever custom work we're going to do and help you along the way every step. And once it's complete, then get it back to you. We would transfer it back to the same gun store that it was shipped from. So no problem. Send them our way.
Yeah, and like Billy was saying, whenever I receive them in, I give you a call, let you know that I received it. We go over the details for the specs for whatever you want to do, whether it be laser engraving or painting or gunsmithing or anything like that. And I work with Billy and Nate, we make sure that everything goes smoothly. We figure out all the design concepts, get everything worked on, get it back together, and then we ship it right back to you like Billy said. So very easy to do. If you guys live out of state, send us stuff in. We've got a few guys I think we have something come in from Minnesota before. We've got guys send stuff from North Carolina before, so it is doable. So if you have anything, call us in. We'll get you taken care of. So the second question we got comes in from James. James is saying that he wants to get one of his firearms repainted. He originally got a firearm from the factory that was Cerakoted, but he wants to know what's the difference between Cerakote and Duracoat. I know we hit on it in a little bit in the paint video, but let's go a little bit more in depth. What is the main difference between those two?
Very similar products as far as the end user goes. When you receive the firearm back, you're going to be hard pressed to tell the difference. They're both ceramic based. What we prefer at King of Camo is Duracoat. We stock almost every color, and basically it boils down to the process. We prefer the Duracoat over the Cerakote, simply for ease of use, and all of the Duracoat colors can be air cured. So if you have a sensitive item like an optic or a red dot, something like that, it's a little easier for us to
work with, get everything knocked out.
Final end result product is going to be pretty much the same
across the board. Because we have a lot of guys ask that. A lot of guys they know Cerakote. That's the brand that they want to go with, but Duracoat is just as durable. It has the same hardness once it's done. It's just like you said. It's all the application process is the difference with it.
Absolutely, and we also stock Cerakote as well. So if the customer finds a color that is a specific Cerakote color, we can help you out with that as well.
So, like Billy was saying, very easy to do. There's a lot of colors with Duracoat, so there's a lot of different options for different design styles. Cerakote has a lot of really cool colors, so we can do that too. No issue with it, and that's the same thing when it comes to, I think, gun coat too is another thing we've had asked about too. So gun coat's another one of those things where we can do.
Well, Nate, our founder, is certified through Duracoat, so that's kind of the direction that we've gone. But excellent products, both of them, and we can help you out with either one.
Awesome. So we got those two questions. We have another question, but before we get to that, a little bit of a fun thing. We're gonna throw it up for the guys on the video.
Okay.
But we've got a meme here that is kind of relevant to our whole little industry that we got going on. And we got guys that ask questions about getting their guns painted, and guys that drop a good bit of money on getting some guns painted, and we do a really cool product with them. But this one was made up. I'll hand this over to you, and you can get your your reaction to that guy there.
Well, okay.
Is that typically your experience with guys?
This is very much. This is very typical. I see this a lot. A lot of the comments on social media. People say this as well, especially anything that they find collectible or vintage, maybe. But we are a custom shop, and we do whatever the customer requests.
Right.
Sometimes I try to talk them out of it, but for the most part, I like to customize things. That's why we're here. So, yeah.
I mean, we've got a few of those guys that come in. They're like, and they look at some of the guns on the wall. They're like, "Oh, I like that black. It should stay black."
Right.
And we're like, "All right, well, that's good for you."
Well,
So-
that's the cool part about what we do is how we can make it completely custom, regardless of.
And I mean, and those guys too, if they want their firearm refinished to the original look,
absolutely,
we'll do the original look.
We
But
can,
if someone wants a neon pink AR, then that's their prerogative.
We
We'll
can
make
handle
them
it.
a neon pink AR.
For sure. All right.
Okay, so there's that one for you. I
Okay.
have that one. I got one more.
Okay.
Kind of on the application side of the whole aspect with it. You know, we have really good equipment here. You've got tons of years of experience
Right.
doing this, so you know what you're doing. This one is a person who tried to, I guess, do their own cure process
Okay.
on their weapon,
Okay.
and this was the end result of their cure process.
Oh.
So,
Wow. Well, that's unfortunate.
it is.
That is probably going to be a tough one to replace too.
It might be. Do you feel like this is a salvageable
No,
item here?
I'm afraid I can't help.
So that's probably a no.
That's definitely a no. I've had a similar experience to this one time. Getting something a little hotter than it needed to be.
What does it needed to be? But I mean, this goes to show, like, we have the equipment here that's meant to do it.
Right,
you know, and
right.
some people might think, oh, I can do that in
Well,
my oven at home.
Typically, your household oven is the wrong place to cure
Probably.
your paint on your firearm for sure. Wow,
That's
that's a tough one.
So, needless to say, he'll have to buy a new lower.
Yes,
so.
yes, which might be hard to come by.
Might be a
in
little
that.
bit.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Mr. Billy, we got those memes in there for you. So, one more, just a couple more questions. I got
Okay.
one more question from David. David sent in that he has an old Marlin 3030 that he wants to be refinished.
Okay.
We already talked about the paint that he wants to put on it and everything, but he said the gun is very old and needs some repair work done to it. Is that something that we offer here with, like,
Yes.
gunsmithing?
Yes. During the takedown process, we would tear it all the way down, and at that point, I just check all the parts, make sure everything's in good working order. Anything needs to be replaced.
Right.
Screws that are bad, that kind of thing, cosmetic or functionality.
Gotcha.
We can generally source those parts and replace anything that's needed and get it back to full functioning, as well as cosmetically refinishing everything,
Right.
stocks and all.
Yeah, because usually we've had a couple of people bring stuff in, and like as we work on it, we've seen parts that
Right.
were
Or
not
questionable.
the best. They're a little
Right.
questionable for
Sure,
it. So
sure.
we like to let people know, like when we're breaking stuff down, if we see something wrong with it, we want to make sure that they're aware of it. And
Absolutely.
we have a bunch of different dealers that can order stuff in,
Right.
to get.
I'll
the
always
parts
try
in.
to bring that up and bring it to anybody's attention if there's something that is questionable. We're all about safety. We want to make sure that when it leaves here, it's full functioning and
Right.
safe for the end user. So, no problem there.
Okay. So we got that one, and then last question really comes from some of the people around here. They love your glorious beard.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it used to be longer.
It did. It did.
What's the story behind
Well,
that?
I had an unfortunate series of events that I caught on fire. And
Fire.
long story short, I was welding and had a little backdraft situation, and I lost over a foot of my beard, and it was a very sad day in my life. And
But it still looks good though.
but I'm on my path back to
It's
glory.
better than mine. So.
I'm growing it back. So
Well, that's all the questions we got for it and everything.
Okay.
Thank you, Billy, for being in
Absolutely.
the segment with it and
You bet.
everything. If you guys have any questions, like we said, please shoot them over to us on any of our social media platforms. We'll be able to get them in for the next Coffee Time segment. And like we said before, we'll have other guest speakers. Billy will be back on here, if we have some more questions for him. But we'll have more guest speakers in the future. We'll be on location too. So thank you guys for joining in with us. If you like this, if you like the merch we got going on, we'll plug the merch down in the link in the description. Beard Vet Coffee is the reason why we're doing this for Coffee Time. So We love their coffee. We sell it here in the shop. So if you guys want some coffee or want some merch, link down in the description. We'll catch you guys next time.
Thanks, guys.
If you want your question featured in Coffee Time, shoot it down below. We're going to post and upload twice a week. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video.